Today I'm going to teach you how to make an oleo saccharum. Welcome my friends to the Wolfsden. I'm Tree Wolf West. I'm your host and the creator and founder of the Wolfsden Home Bar cocktails and cannabis. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a oleo saccharum. And what that is basically a syrup derived from the oils, the essential oils inside of citrus peels that normally most bars will waste, throw in the garbage. Yesterday I processed about 8 pounds of citrus, including oranges, lemons, and limes. Cut it, juiced it using juicer, and I got some really nice fresh orange, lemon, and lime juice. In order to get this, there was a huge bowl. There was a huge bowl filled with spent orange, lemon, and lime peels, which normally would be thrown out, wasted. However, you can utilize that to make oleo saccharum, which is an oil-based syrup. So the process is, you cut your citrus, you juice it, you save your peels. You take your peels, you cut them into small pieces, you put them into a container, anywhere between 2-to-1 ratio to 1-to-1 ratio with peels and sugar. That's it, overnight. Minimum of 8 hours, I would say. No more than 20. This was made with turbinado organic sugar. Turbinado's got a little bit more of a caramel flavor, whereas pure cane sugar has been refined so much that it takes all the caramel molasses out of it. So I prefer turbinado. Again, another turbinado. And here you can see the difference. We've got pure cane sugar. So white, brown, that's it. Now, the process to make the syrup that we're going to make, because we're not just going to use oleo saccharum, because this here, the liquid down here, that is the oleo. And what we want is an actual syrup that's going to be a little diluted so that it's easier to mix into drinks. And we also extract more of the citrus oils, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put it in our pot, we're going to boil it, and maybe for, when I say boil, I mean bring it to a boil, then simmer it for about 6 to 8 minutes. That's it. That will help get out any remaining oils, the essential oils out of our citrus, and then we're going to strain it, get out the whatever seeds are left, whatever skins are left, then we can discard because they've been completely exhausted. What we will be left with is an incredibly delicious syrup for our cocktails. Take it and we're going to dump it in here. Now if you notice, inside the bag, That's all our syrup, that's all our oleo. We actually want this. So what we do is we take some water, we pour it into our bag. Close it up. Now we've got a good amount of it out. Of course, we're not going to get every last bit, but we tried. I sure do hope that you're getting all this, because filming by yourself and doing all of this by yourself is not necessarily the easiest. But I find this content to be pretty important, and so we're pushing through the lack of a huge creative team. This will come in the end. So again, we have our oleo still in there. Close it up. Fold it over. Again, we try and get out as much as we can. So I can hear it starting to heat up in here. And again, we don't want it to be a hard boil or a fast rolling boil. We simply want to bring it up to a boil, then lower the heat down. We'll simmer it for 6 to 8 minutes, I believe would be good. Especially since we basically extracted most of the oils last night, leaving it in overnight with the sugar. So somehow, I have to look into the chemistry of it and the science behind it, but somehow the sugars pull out the essential oils. It begins to make that syrup within an hour or two. Me being who I am, and the Wolfsden, we have principles of as little waste as possible, and I think that that's kind of a good movement for the entire industry, restaurant and bar industry. As little waste as possible. You try to utilize every ingredient that you can. So when I saw that wasted citrus peel, I said, you know what, let's make something good. And you want what? You could freeze it and you could keep it. And you can bring it out 6 months from now out of the freezer and thaw it and use it in your cocktails and be fresh as the day. Just kind of show you what it's looking like a little bit here. So you basically just want to have enough water to cover the top of your citrus, but not much further than that. You basically just want to be able to cover it with the simmering water, pull everything out, stir it up real nice. Once it begins to boil, we'll time it. 6 to 8 minutes, done. Then we'll let it sit and cool for about another 20 minutes before we strain it, and then you'll see the end product. Oh yeah, this is coming along good. This is nice. We got some really nice syrup. So I do hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you would like, please hit subscribe, like the video, please add a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you might like in the future, because I'm listening to you. I'd like to gear our channel towards what my audience is looking for, rather than me being the only determinant as to the content that I produce. And this is a project for the pack. Oh yeah. And it's warming up nicely. It's a fairly large batch, so it's taking a little longer. This definitely won't be a YouTube short. You might wonder what the citrus syrup that we're making, what we can use it in. I'm telling you, you're gonna like this. Now I will say, processing all of that citrus took quite a while. It was very sticky. I had a big batch, and one day I'll tell you the story as to why I had such a big batch of citrus, but that's for another video. Okay, so we're back at the Wolfsden, and our citrus syrup is ready to be strained. Take this pitcher, this strainer, and this could get a little messy. Now mind you, all of this delicious gold resource would have been in the garbage had it not been for the philosophy of reduce waste, reuse, recycle, repurpose, and really just appreciate the bounty of what we have. Wow. Wow, that is delicious. It's got the citrus, the tart of the citrus, followed by the roundness of the sweet turbinado. It is really quite incredible. It's going to be good in some cocktails, I'll tell you that. A little more gold. little more gold. Now this is waste. Although I bet you could probably use it for fertilizer. Not too sure, I'd have to look into it. Compost, something. Triple citrus oleo saccharum syrup. Liquid gold. Spilling it all over. This can go in the refrigerator as is. If you're going to freeze it, leave the top loose until it freezes. It'll expand a little bit, then you tighten it down. Oh, delicious, delicious, amazing. A little bit of sugar and a whole lot of citrus. This one will freeze, so I leave it down a little low. Put the top on, don't screw it, just place it on there. That way it can expand without cracking. Which reminds me, this was some of the leftover citrus after my batches of oleo that I made. This is just plain citrus peels. I froze them. These can be frozen for 6 months. You can take them out, thaw them out, and it retains the flavor, the oils, everything still here. If you want to make another batch of oleo, fine. If you want to use these once they thaw out, you could actually use them for garnishes, you name it. Don't think you'd be able to dehydrate them, but maybe. We'll have another episode about dehydrated citrus wheels and things of that nature. Same process, rinse and repeat. This is the cane sugar oleo. Thank you for joining us. Hit like, subscribe, post a comment, let us know what you'd like to see on the next video. We'll keep the pack growing. While we're at it, make sure you subscribe to the Wolfsden Dispatch, where all this information and much, much more will be free to you. And we'll also be giving out free downloadable PDFs on cocktail riffs and all sorts of great content. Thank you very much.